Hello, this is Fabrizio.
Marco.
Gabriel.
Welcome to Calcio Worldwide. Today we'll be talking about pretty much, and as well as the Coppa Italia, Inter's Coppa Italia win, and couple Serie A games. So let's get down to it. First off, the Coppa Italia. Inter won. As a Juventus fan, you might think, "Hey, this is bad. Inter won. Them." I want to say these things, but they actually did us a favor, because now we the extra Europa League spots, Fiorentina didn't win it. It's now open. Mm-hmm. We have a chance to at least qualify for something.
But do you really want to play in the Europa League?
So desperate, man.
Well, we need money because we're about to get rid of our manager. So.
What happened to Juve all these years?
Well,
you're struggling for Europa, man.
Well, we'll get into Juve later, but
if I told you this 5-10 years
you would laugh at us.
I said we'll get into Juve later. Now let's talk about Inter. Inter's performance and Fiorentina's. Did Fiorentina have a chance?
Yeah,
I think so. Actually,
what do you mean? Like, it was only 2-1.
I think Fiorentina they played a pretty good game. I was surprised. I mean, they've been playing well all season, but good for them. I think they performed. They couldn't win.
I mean, surprisingly good football that they're playing. Seriously,
but Vincenzo Italiano's got to be maybe a candidate for Coach of the Year. I think he's done a tremendous job at.
No, I can't lie. Well, all I've been hearing is
but to go up against a team, I mean, would have Inter taken this seriously? That was the question. Yeah, they want to get that. They want to play the Supercoppa Italiana. They want to get
a treble.
Well, not really it is
a treble, not the treble. A treble.
Fair enough. Not really a treble.
We should rewind though what I said last episode about Inter star.
Again, bro, the egoist, the arrogance. Go ahead. Oh yeah, I got it right.
No, I mean, yeah. What did I say?
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out.
But when I said Lautaro Martinez, you were like, ugh.
I don't like him, clearly, but I never said he was bad. I ever say he was
not
bad,
but he's Inter's best player.
Did I ever say he was
Inter's
bad?
best player.
Inter's best player, we don't really know. Like I said,
listen,
why is the forward always got to be the best player?
It's not the forward.
Dumfries been having great performances.
Lautaro Martinez is Inter's best player. Everyone knows that.
I think you could probably say it this season.
28 goals in all competition.
I mean, listen.
He called it.
Lautaro Martinez, don't suck him off, Cree. You're supposed to be on my side here, but
no one's on your side. No one's on your side anymore. Look at the shirt he's wearing.
Yeah, well, we all know how he really feels inside.
Well, he's stuck by his word. He said he's not wearing a Juve.
Yeah. Okay, well, guys, listen, Lautaro had a great performance, and this is looking good for Inter. They're about to play that final, and you need your strikers to be in form. Your defense could be great. Your midfield could be great, but if your strikers are not performing, you're not going to win. You need to score goals, and Lautaro's doing that.
Yeah.
So
well, actually, both of them are him and Lukaku.
Yeah, no, I mean Lukaku's creating chances too. He comes on,
Dzeko too. Yeah. But Dzeko's the guy that really holds up the play, and he's that guy just hold the game.
But here's the thing: Inter have 3 reliable strikers.
Yes.
3. Yeah. Manchester City
have 2.
Yeah.
One that doesn't even start for some reason.
But one's not even on the level of. I think Inter's 3. I'll be honest.
No,
I don't.
You don't think Alvarez is better than Dzeko, and he's close to Lukaku right now.
I mean, look. Wait, yeah, because Alvarez is young.
Alvarez is crazy.
No,
he's not better than Lukaku.
No, he's close though.
He's not. No,
for this season, I'm saying, guys, not in general.
This season, I think he just needs to play more for us to really.
But guys, the Champions League, you got to look at experience. Edin Dzeko has been a beast in the Champions League.
We know. Trust me, we know.
No, of course.
I mean, for the Champions League, I don't know if Pep would even look to Alvarez.
I think he would if Man City are losing. He's definitely. I think he's the best player on the bench.
If Haaland gets shut down, I think it's Alvarez.
Yeah, that is true.
But would you really take Haaland off?
Yes. For Alvarez, yes.
No, he's not going to take him off.
No. I'm saying if he gets shut down, I'm saying yes.
I don't think they'll even.
Pep will never take Haaland off. He brings Alvarez as a second striker all this.
Bro, if he gets shut down, he's just a player that's just there.
I mean, look, but from Fiorentina, did you like what you see?
I do actually. It was really a great start, but I think despite the loss, I think Fiorentina fans could still end the season with their heads held high because they could actually build something with Italiano as coach and actually be a regular in Europe, even if it's not Champions League. That's difficult, but
they have very good players.
They could do it.
But they have a chance to win the
I talked about Nico Gonzalez a couple of episodes ago, and he's been probably their best player this season, and he scored. And on top of that, they have other great players like Barak, Amrabat, Ikone. They have so many guys that deserve to even be on big teams. But if they really keep this team together, Fiorentina can really, I'd say they can compete for even top 4 next year. Because
for sure, if they keep building,
I think
top 4.
Yeah, I'm serious.
That's too early to say. We don't know the landscape of what the season's going to be.
But what Fiorentina remind me of right now is Atalanta when they first started on that crazy run that they were going on. Fiorentina has the potential.
I think Fiorentina remind me of Fiorentina.
Well,
you know what I mean? What you said.
But what year?
But I mean, Fiorentina have always in the past, even back then in the 2010s, they've had. They were fairly inconsistent, but their big performances, like that game against, I hate to say it, you know what game I'm about to reference. Yeah, Fiorentina has proven they could beat big teams. It's just, they've been inconsistent.
But the last couple of years, they've been poor.
But I still see, we still see that they have it. But top 4, that's a bit of a stretch.
This is their best season so far, though.
But looking at this result right now, Fiorentina had 2 chances to qualify for the Europa League because they're nowhere near now.
Yeah.
They still have 1 chance, and I think now, because of this result, in a way, I think Fiorentina are going to play their hearts out against West Ham, and I would favor them.
They should. I think, literally, throughout all the 2010s, Fiorentina's pretty much just been the best of the rest, just underneath the top 6, top 7 Serie A. But if they could beat West Ham, and obviously with the money they'd get from winning, they could build
a big
team to compete.
Yeah.
I think they have a better chance to beat West Ham because West Ham, they were in a relegation battle for a long point of the season. And quite frankly, now they're safe. So Fiorentina is like, all right, we need to get to the Europa League because I think for them, it's a season failure.
I think this matters a lot more for Fiorentina than West Ham. I mean, I don't want to say that at the same time because, listen, it is a trophy that West Ham, let's be honest, this is the closest they're going to get to European gold.
Same thing with Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Well, yes. But, listen, looking at their both of their seasons, respectively, West Ham is what? They barely made it out of the relegation.
Like 16.
Yeah, 16. Fiorentina has been mid-table. They've had some big wins. They're in mid-table because they're inconsistent.
They've had a better season.
But in the Conference League, West Ham hasn't lost a game at all. Fiorentina has.
So. Listen, you can put every game behind you that's ever happened in your life. Yeah. The final is the final. It's one game. Ball is round. Anything can happen. But you don't know what's going to happen.
Even with Fiorentina's loss in the Conference League, each performance has still been good.
Yeah.
They played really well.
Against Basel at home when they lost.
Yeah, and they got fairly unlucky that game.
Usually Fiorentina doesn't have even the opportunity to challenge teams outside of Italy.
Yeah. Well, I would say Italiano and Zerbi are the most newly modern Italian coaches that play this new style. They play out of the back. They don't sit back. So I think they have a good chance of winning the Conference League.
Well, just to close, I mean, listen. This game, I think there were a lot of positives, actually. Fiorentina could hang their heads up high. They still have another opportunity. Inter, they won, obviously. Now for Juve. Juve had a chance, it was likely they're going to miss, I mean, it still is, that they can miss European competition. But now we have a chance, because Inter won. Now, why did Juve get these points deducted unjustly right before the Empoli game, which definitely affected the outcome of the game, in my opinion? They accused Juve of inflating capital gains from the transfers we made off certain players. We fought this. And then it was ruled that nobody can determine the value of players. Thus, how could you say that there was an inflation in the capital gains? How? But this is clearly, there's an agenda here. I mean, everybody's anti-Juve, clearly. Serie A wants Juve out of the picture. UEFA wants Juve out of the picture. And this is just because we were in favor of the Super League. That's really what this is all about. Nobody's saying it. It's the truth. And now we're getting punished unjustly for it. How can we be punished if other clubs were found of doing the exact same thing? Like I said, there isn't a rule that doesn't exist. All right? But only Juve. Only Juve was investigated. There were wiretappings that were taken out of context. They have nothing. They have nothing. Zero. But, that's how it is. Unfortunately, now what Juve did, UEFA wanted to ban Juve from all UEFA competitions next year and for probably even more years than that.
That's crazy.
But we settled, and now we're just taking the point deduction unjustly still. But now we could close this off. We can move on, and our next season will not be affected because we're taking this punishment.
Your season will be affected next year if you keep Allegri. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's clear now. The newspapers are saying Allegri he's not untouchable.
Secure, yeah.
Yeah, it's not untouchable. It's looking like he will not be the coach next season. There's many options now. Also, it was said that there are talks, and I think it's pretty much certain now, we're going to get Giuntoli, the sporting director from Napoli, the man who brought Crava, the man who brought Osimhen. We don't know yet, but it's looking good. Mm-hmm. However, Napoli, because the dicks that they are, they like to put clauses on everybody, including Spalletti, who's people are saying could be another prospect for Juve coach next year.
Juve needs to get a coach that is a Champions League winning
mentality. We'll get into the coach, but so Juve, it looks like Giuntoli and Juve have an agreement. Mm-hmm. But Juve would have to pay a hefty price for Giuntoli because of the clause. But it looks like that's going to happen, and he's going to be the new sporting director of Juve. I think that's a step in the right direction. What do you guys think?
Well, of course. If you say no, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's definitely a step in the right direction. You need new players. You need players that like Napoli. They came out of nowhere, these players, and no one expected them to have such an impact that they had. Yeah. That's what you guys need.
This throws me back to Juve in 2011 when I don't remember who was their sporting director. It was Marotta, I think.
It might have something him.
But think about it. They got Vidal. Did anyone know who Vidal was back then? No, we played for Bayer Leverkusen. They got
Pogba,
Matri, Vucinic. They just built a team to win Serie A. They got Conte as a coach. And then this reign of Juve happened. The downfall was Juventus is not Real Madrid. They're not Barcelona. They're not the English teams. Juventus is known for making these low-key signings or getting good players in Serie A and then making a good team.
I think all Serie A does that, though.
But Juve the most.
Inter and Milan, not really. They kind of sign more players outside. But Juve's always been known for building.
Yeah. No, not at times, but like players that nobody has heard of.
But for example, though, you guys also got players from your youth system a lot, like Marchisio in the past.
We have the most youth out of any team, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, one of them. Juve and Roma would probably
out of the big ones.
Yeah, Juve and Roma have the most right now, and maybe Atalanta.
Oh, right now, yeah.
The thing is, Juve really need to, I think, go back to their roots. They need to stop with these signings. Di Maria was just that's a money grabbing signing,
which is another thing.
That's just to win the Champions League.
And then
now,
a good example of what Juve have done well this season is introducing Gatti, Fagioli, and Miretti. Bro, they've been honestly Juve's best players this season. Gatti was a star in Frosinone, I think. That's where he played.
I think back to Giuntoli. Kri, what do you think about him?
I think it's still too early to say, but at this point, we needed the change no matter what. Keeping Allegri, it was a waste. We kept getting lower and lower. Results.
We're talking about
worst performances in Champions League. Yeah. How could you even back Allegri after the season we've had? We just. We're talking something fresh.
The sporting director and the coach too.
Yeah.
I see a lot of some Juventus fans. I just don't understand. They're saying some of them are like, oh, we can't say about Giuntoli because he's from Napoli, right? I don't care. As long as you are working for Juve, you're putting every inch of passion and in your job and dedication.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care where you come from.
Yeah.
That's why some of these crazy Juventus fans, now we're going on the coach, they're like, oh, Allegri's a Juventino, he's a Juve fan. That's why we need to keep him. Really? If he was such a Juve fan, why doesn't he be a man and step down instead of getting sacked and taking the money and making it more harder on Juventus? If he steps down, it'll be easy on Juve.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have to pay this crazy amount of money for the clause in his contract. If he was really a Juventino, he'd be a man. But he's not.
Were you the one who made the joke that Milan sent him to Juve?
Yeah, that's what I read.
That's almost what it feels like.
Yeah, he felt like an inside spy.
But listen, as much as we make fun of Allegri, you can't take away he was pretty good at Juve at one point.
At one point,
he
was.
At one point, listen,
it's the future, not the past.
Listen, will Allegri's legacy be ruined because of this stint? I think it depends.
Yeah, no, it's gonna because 100%. Bro, you first of all, you don't win 2 finals.
Yeah.
You go to the final, lose both. Okay, that's one thing. Gets probably the 2 of the best teams ever. But then look at what's going on now. You're ruining this legacy
even
of
with him aside,
Juve.
It's just the past 4 years there was no project for Sarri.
Yeah,
we got him for a project, for a new system. Then we sacked him. Pirlo was to start something fresh. We clearly didn't give him a chance. Then we go back to Allegri, so we go backwards. And there's no project. We're playing worse we did now than when we originally had it.
Well, he doesn't know what he wants.
No
he doesn't know what he wants. The Serie A, Champions League. He just makes excuses.
Look, I think it depends what Allegri does. If he steps down, I think his legacy will remain intact, at least in the minds of Juventus fans.
It's a little ruined, tiny bit.
Yeah. I mean, look, listen, bad stuff happened. Okay, even Ancelotti had his bad times too. He's lost Champions League finals with Juve too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
but look, obviously, complete different degree.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, everybody has their ups and downs. Nobody in this life comes in perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, but your honor must always remain intact. If this man has honor and he wants to keep his legacy, and he's truly a Juventino, do the right thing.
For sure.
Okay. Some people make the argument, Allegri, he just inherited Conte's team, and it was Conte that pretty much set the blueprint for Allegri. Maybe partially that's true, but
he did set a blueprint though.
Allegri, you have to give him credit. Okay, he's done things in his tenure at Juve, his first stint.
Yeah.
That was probably the highest in the club's history, disregarding the losses in the Champions League.
I think Allegri in 2017 when Juventus reached the final, Allegri was at his best. I really think he was an amazing coach.
I think actually 2018, but
2017, I'll tell you why. Converting Mandzukic into a left winger was genius.
Yeah.
Making the whole team revolve around Dybala, genius. Building a back line with Chiellini and Bonucci, and then having Dani Alves and Alexandro on the flanks when Sandro was quick. And then he had Matuidi always covering that left side. He had good ideas, Allegri. He wasn't a bad coach.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of actually the top coaches in the world. But the problem is his system, his mindset is now not there.
No, it's not.
It's not there for Juventus. He needs to go now to, I actually think, a lower team.
I think so too.
And I think he would be perfect for like a Fiorentina, for like an Atalanta. Even, I can't even lie. Even for like a Roma or Lazio, he would be pretty good for. But he's not. Juventus is the most successful team in Serie A. They need someone now in this modern day. As much as I don't like him, like a Pep Guardiola.
Okay,
someone of that caliber.
Absolutely. He's right. Someone that with a winning mentality.
The man for that, to me, is Zidane.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's go. Okay, now let's go on to the coaches. But I kind of disagree on that. But let's see. Now, look. Juventus, like I said, Allegri's looking like he's going to leave. We don't know by which means, but he looks like he's going to get sacked and we're going to have to pay the money. So, this also affects the transfers as well. We're looking to sell certain players. We'll get into that. The coaches now. We're hearing a lot of names. Zidane is one. I think this is the least likely option. There's Tudor. People are saying. Spalletti, another... actually, Spalletti is the least likely option. Who else? I'm going to throw one out there that not many people are throwing out. Pirlo. Pirlo just got sacked. He's available. Should we go back to the old ways? I don't know.
Zerbi too.
Zerbi is another one.
Italiano.
Palladino.
Pochettino's on the market, too. But please don't.
Okay,
don't even
so first, before we get into this, I'm gonna opinions on. Let's start with who should we start with? Spalletti. I think this is very unlikely because one, we're paying the money already to get Giuntoli. If Allegri steps down, that's even more money down the drain. We're also out of the Champions League. More money down the drain. We're going to have to pay another fee for Spalletti because there's the clause. Also, you said it yourself, we need a coach with a Champions League mentality. I don't think Spalletti's that guy.
Yeah.
He's not, but what he's done this season is great. And I'll tell you one thing about Spalletti. He coached Roma, he coached Inter, all these teams. He plays beautiful football.
He does.
Really does.
He does.
But his problem, and I even saw it at Roma, is that when it counts in the big stages, he doesn't succeed. Like when we were in the Europa League and Champions League with Roma, he let us down. Even this year with Napoli. I know it was the injury with Osimhen, but come on. They could have beat Milan.
Yeah, that's kind of like Conte in Champions League, low-key.
Marco, what do you think about
Spalletti?
Yeah.
No, I think that's... Don't even look at him, in my opinion. I think that's not even an option in my head.
Yeah. Kri?
I don't think it's a good idea. It's no disrespect to him. He's a great manager, but we need something like a high caliber manager or someone with fresh ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. This one I think is the least unlikely option after Spalletti, Zidane. Now, the good thing about Zidane, he's a big name. We're going to need players to want to come to Juventus because the way it looks right now, not many people want to come to our club and join us in the summer. Zidane will definitely attract people. The thing is, we're low on money and Zidane is going to cost a lot.
You never know, though. He might cut his wage.
I don't know.
He was a Juve player.
The way it looks like Juventus is not really considering Zidane. I would like Zidane in an ideal world. Yeah, Zidane. I mean, he hasn't also coached in a while. Things have changed. The game has changed, like we said. But he's a big name, and players would want to come to him. I just see this very unlikely because of the wage and our current situation.
Keep this in mind.
Yeah.
In the newspapers I think a year ago, Zidane wanted the French job.
Yeah.
But Didier Deschamps is staying at France for who knows how long.
Yeah.
So that option's gone for him. His next one, he says, I want Juventus. Is open.
He does want Juventus.
The thing is, yes, you're right about the price. But if Zidane comes, number one, he's a great coach. Proved it at Madrid. I mean, Real Madrid have the best players and stuff. He still won a Champions League, blah, blah, blah. The main thing that I like about Zidane is that he is really good at managing players. It's different to manage a team. He's good at managing players. And I think he could really get the best out of Chiesa. I think if he really goes there, he could turn Chiesa into like a Ronaldo.
So
type.
you say Juventus should absolutely try to go to Zidane.
If not him, I would go
back to Conte. No,
I would honestly get Pirlo. If I'm not, because look what Xavi did with Barcelona. They gave him a chance. All right, he didn't the first season do well, but give him. I think Zidane is the best option.
Yeah,
because he's world class.
Yeah.
So I think they should go for him.
I want Zidane. I don't expect to start winning Champions League right away if we get him. I know we have to build up. We don't have the best team right now, but I think I would have faith in him. Yeah, if he were to come.
What about you, Marco? What do you think about Zidane?
I agree. I would like Zidane at Juve, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, so I've said it before. He's an ex-Juve player. I think he would, what you said, he would cause players to want to come there.
Yeah.
And I hope Juve doesn't get him and then want to win the Champions League next year. Yeah. But I hope they build something for the next 2 years or 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Then there's one option that people are considering. Conte also came out. He says he wants Juve. I like Conte a lot. Some Juventus fans, he went to Inter. It doesn't matter, okay? He's always bianconero, okay? Mm-hmm. He was a manager. What do you expect him to do? Turn down a big job? But look, Conte, in my opinion, not the man for the job. The game has changed. He plays similar to Allegri. Yes, Conte has a history of fixing teams. I call him the fixer. But he doesn't stay for long. We need to think long term. Mm-hmm. And Conte is just not the man for me. What do you guys think?
I think he's very good for bringing out the most in players. Yeah. Especially with Inter.
Yeah.
He transformed them. But the problem is if you can't get him the players he wants...
Which he will not probably get.
That's exactly it.
Then that's the main problem. Then he leaves.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm a big Antonio Conte fan. I think he's probably the best coach in the world in terms of in a one-off league year. That guy is better than anyone. He'll win you a league. And I don't care what anyone says, oh, he went to the Prem and he won Chelsea the league. The thing with Antonio Conte is he needs players.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get the players he wants, he's gone. Also, like they say in Italy, he has una testa dura. Like, bro, he's really stubborn.
Just say how it is. Testa
like,
di cazzo.
I mean, but the thing is, if he goes back to Juve, I guarantee you they'll win the league. Like, you guys will win the league.
But what's the goal?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Champions League, he's not the guy.
Yeah, we need it. You're right. What's the goal? Yeah.
At first, I said, I honestly, I used to talk to my dad in the beginning of the season about getting Conte, and like I really wanted Conte because I love Conte. But
same, I love him. But
like, what's the goal?
Yeah,
Champions League, and it's not like now Champions League. They shouldn't be thinking now because they've been thinking now, and look what happened. They got Ronaldo 4 years in a row, nothing.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
So I don't think they should get Conte or even Pirlo, but I think the man is Zidane. Like, that's my man.
Okay, he said it right, though. Just one little thing. He said with Allegri, you're going backwards. If you go with Conte, you are going backwards.
Exactly.
No, Conte, Pirlo, and Allegri, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
Pirlo, too. Listen, look at Lampard.
I was going to say, Pirlo, going on Pirlo, I think if we're going to go back somewhere, I think Pirlo, we really didn't really give him much time. Juventus are looking at Tudor. We'll talk about him. He's probably the most likely candidate. Right. But I figured, Pirlo was the head coach behind Tudor. Obviously, that doesn't matter. You said behind the scenes, we were talking, you said Tudor is better than Pirlo.
He is.
I really don't know. I mean, third place in League One is not...
He's still 5 points. Job before that, though.
Hellas, yes, that's impressive, but...
He plays beautiful.
But Pirlo's had first team... Like, he's had experience managing Juve already, but he wasn't given enough time.
Tudor
as the head coach.
Was the assistant coach.
Yes, but head coach is a lot different.
I think Pirlo could even stay as second coach behind Tudor if we were going to get him.
I don't know. I doubt he'll do that, though.
Zidane and Arteta were both
why would they switch?
Assistant coaches to big managers, and then like...
Yeah, but why would they switch the roles? You know what I mean? Pirlo was the head coach. As your pride,
you're right.
Every man has his pride. Pirlo's a great guy. He's a gentleman. He's not going to want that. No, he wants to coach.
Yeah. You are right.
But
especially behind the assistant coach now. Come on.
If I'm Juve, though, this is my opinion. Now, you listed all the candidates.
Well, no, there's two more. But go ahead. The Zerbi, which doesn't look likely.
And
that's who I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Just say the last one, too, because...
Well, we'll go into the last one.
For me, if I'm Juve,
yeah,
I will do everything to get that guy. And I'll tell you why. You want to start fresh, right?
Yeah.
If you can't get Zidane, all right, Zidane's a top target. If you can't get him, get the Zerbi. And I'll tell you why. The guy proved it with Sassuolo. Plays great football. Went to Shakhtar. Brighton. Honestly, in 2023, we can all agree, besides City, the best team in the Prem has been Brighton. It hasn't been Arsenal. It's been Brighton in 2023. Yeah. He's come in. He's transformed that team ever since Potter left. And not only do
got the best out of the players.
Not only do they play beautiful, the results come. Yeah, he's lost a couple of bad games, but
it's Brighton. It's Brighton.
Yeah. What I see with his style of football is the players that Juve have can play that. Chiesa, Pogba, Vlahovic. Vlahovic will thrive under the Zerbi.
I think Chiesa.
And I think he's the man for the job. I really believe it.
And it's funny now because Potter was good with Brighton.
Yeah.
But now Brighton fans, they don't even miss him because with how they're playing now, it's such a huge improvement. And honestly, if Juve could, we should get him. I don't know if he probably wants to stay.
Yeah.
If I'm the Zerbi, I'm sorry, I wouldn't go back to Italy.
Yeah.
It's a big risk for him to come to
Bro, they don't listen. They won't appreciate him like they do in England.
I mean,
I
think
they don't.
I mean, I wouldn't say that because look, the reason why De Zerbi is looking unlikely is Juventus had the chance to get him last year. Mm-hmm. They chose to stick with Allegri. Some people are saying it's too late, and honestly, I think it is. It's De Zerbi now. His value has gone up because of his performances with Brighton. A lot of people want him, not just Juventus, and I don't think we'll have the money for that.
The problem with Italy in general is this: in Italy, they don't believe in like young talents, for example, our national team. They don't believe in the young talents. They don't believe in upcoming promising managers. No one in Italy wanted De Zerbi. Only Sassuolo did. That's why he left to another country. Now that it's like this. I compare it to like you have a girlfriend. She leaves you because she doesn't think you're good enough, and then you I guess level up, and then she wants you back. Yeah, no, that's exactly. De Zerbi, literally.
Yeah, speaking from the heart there.
All of Italy wants De Zerbi right now, and De Zerbi literally said he's like, I don't know if I want to go back. They didn't appreciate it.
Look at Ancelotti. He doesn't want to come back to Italy. They want to because it's Ancelotti. Yes, he's the god, but bro, he's smart. He's like, nah, Italy's not for me.
Well, lastly, the last coach option, which is there's two more, but we'll just say the two likely ones I think are Palladino, and Tudor is also looking like the most likely. Out of those two, I think Palladino's doing great things. I think Tudor is. Listen. I think Tudor's really good. I say Pirlo. I mean, I don't know. If we're getting Tudor, might as well get Pirlo. But some people think Tudor's better. Who? These are the two most likely options for Juve. Out of these two, who would you guys align with?
Pirlo and Tudor, or Pirlo?
Tudor and Palladino.
Oh,
I don't think they're the two most likely.
Yeah, I don't think they are either.
That's what it's looking like.
Palladino is a great coach. Mm-hmm. What he's done at Monza is fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of people saying Palladino's actually a Juve player. He's Juventino. A lot of fans want him.
That is true. But
understand Juve.
It's his first year. Come on, you can't go from Monza to.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys can't get low tier. Look at Roma. You're gonna say, but look, what has Mourinho doesn't give a crap about the league. He's going for the high trophies. Obviously, that's what you guys need. We did a whole turnaround, bro.
I'll
look at us in the league.
He's right.
We don't.
Eusebio Di Francesco, great coach at the time, right? He kind of reminds me of Palladino. He was doing great at Sassuolo, and Di Francesco is a Roma fan, and I think he played for Roma. He came in Roma, did a good job, got us to third place, semi-final Champions League. After that, it was a disaster. Man. I could see the same thing happening to Palladino.
Yeah. But here's the thing. He's a great coach. He needs time. But like Marco was saying, we don't need to win the league. I mean, now we actually have to start competing because we've been playing poor. Yeah. But after 9 years of winning it, the league is not enough.
Exactly.
The one thing Juve fans want more than anything is the Champions League.
No, I know. We need it.
Zidane is the closest thing to that. Not saying that he's the only option, but
what happened when we rushed and wanted the Champions League? We bought Cristiano Ronaldo. We made horrible decisions. We need to aim for the Champions League in the long term, but we got to think.
Yeah,
we gotta think, like we said, long term. We can't just try to rush it right away. We need a project. Like Napoli did. It took them a while, and now they finally got what they wanted. Inter now, they've been struggling for years, but they had a plan. They stuck with it, and now look, they're in the final. They could possibly win it. We think they will. I mean, it's a big thing to say, but guys, 50-50. Guys, look, Juventus need long term. We need to start thinking long term. Out of those, I actually would lean to Tudor. But guys, I mean, Tudor's not Italian.
You go for Zidane.
So I mean, Juventus historically, like we went for Italian coaches, but also Zidane's friends too.
But Zidane's an ex-player.
Ex-player, that's the thing.
He knows Juventus.
Look, if we get Tudor, we don't know. Like I said, this is all we don't. All these coaches, it's a big what if. Okay, it's not like we're getting freaking Guardiola. Yeah. I wouldn't want him anyway. Just to throw that out there. But look. Also, as far as the European thing, we're playing Milan next week. Even I think if we win, which I don't see happening, as a
lot of things have to go right for you. If you win. Like Roma losing and Atalanta losing.
Yeah, it's just too much. I think the season's finished. I think it's just gonna end like this. We might get Conference League.
You never know. When's the last game of Serie A? Is it after?
Next week.
Is it after our game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week.
Listen, if we win Europa, we don't care about the league.
Okay.
We might lose our last game. That leads you to win.
I mean, also Inter Atalanta. That's also a big one. What do you
That's
guys?
a huge one.
Yeah.
Bro, Inter doesn't. I mean, it's good for. It's big for Inter and Atalanta. Atalanta are fighting for Europa, just like you and Milan and Roma.
Inter Atalanta is a big game, and I actually think Atalanta might win because Inter's head is just there in the Champions.
You gotta hope Roma wins.
I say, what about you?
You gotta hope Roma wins
I
Wednesday.
think Inter. I mean, they could try to win, but they got to go all out on the final.
Yeah.
I could still see Inter winning just because of their form. I mean, their squad depth's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but Atalanta, they always pull something in these moments.
Man.
I think 2-1.
You never
They could win.
know. I mean,
This is tough. I still
crazy.
see. I hate to say, I still see Inter winning 2-1.
I said 2. Oh no, I said 2-1 Atalanta.
Yeah. You?
2-2.
2-2.
2-2. I agree.
What about
2-2.
Milan?
Milan Juve. Honestly, I see
Juve's home.
Juve's home. I think this point deduction has demoralized them.
I think it's 1-1.
But also at the same time, we're looking. I think this is going to be a draw. I don't think Juve gets this.
No,
that's what I
I
said.
think 1-1, and I think we're both just going to play bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
1-1.
I'm going to go with 1-1 too.
1-1, right?
I actually think Juve is gonna win. And
Wow, really?
They're
the
classic.
reason why is because you can. This is me talking as a Roma fan. You can hit that team down as low as possible, but you can't take the core out of Juve.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't take
They,
that.
even in tough moments, that team will come out and they'll
Listen, Juventus has risen from the ashes before, stronger than ever, and this will only motivate us to come back even stronger next year. So if I were any Serie A team, I'd be, and UEFA as a whole, be on the lookout, because we'll come back, and we're coming after everything. That is all for today. Join us
Enjoy
on
the
our
video.
next episode.
Enjoy.
Hope you enjoy.